Hey!
Am I doing it?
Nice.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
How's the sound?
Sounds great. It's like you were on YouTube yesterday.
I haven't been on YouTube in 18 months.
Holy cow. Well, it's good to see you and glad to have you back and honored to have you back on this show.
Yeah, thank
It
you.
means that I beat out the other guy. But he's doing NFTs now, so he probably doesn't care.
Oh, Chris.
Chris, yes.
Yeah, Chris Shop. Yeah, I haven't talked to him for a while. I'm just jump on for a little bit here. See what's going on.
Well, perfect timing because I'm done. I had a question for you earlier today that last night, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was now. It was no, I can't. No, nothing.
Are you starstruck?
Totally. As soon as this is over, I'll remember.
Oh,
because I was going to ask you and Mark the same question, and it was regarding I'll remember eventually.
Yeah, I just got done. All I've been doing for the last 3 weeks is pricing postcards, putting my little booth number and price. Thank God for price guns.
Yeah. How many shoebox? I know you're not using shoeboxes, but how many? 4 of them.
I did 40
1,000 a box. Holy cow!
700, 700 because they're all sleeved. But yeah, all priced is just a pain. Then I have I don't know if you remember one of those last videos I did. I did the matted Christmas cards, and I think I have probably about 250, almost 300 of those, mostly Santas and just nice cards. And I had to reprice about half of those. So I've just been setting up, getting ready to go in tomorrow, and then I can, thank God, get back to listing because I haven't been listing for 3 weeks.
Wow. How much do you sell the matted things for?
Mostly under $20.
Okay.
I'm trying to look around. I thought I had some right here, and I must have taken them all upstairs. But yeah, it's about $20, anywhere between 10 and $20. And they look great in when you mat or when you put them in a frame.
Mm-hmm.
They look great.
They do pretty well in the antique malls.
No,
they do well at the fairs.
They do best at like a craft fair, a Christmas craft fair. But I just have so many of them that I just got to put them. I got to get them out of the house. So, and I can't sell them if they're not being seen.
Yeah.
I tried Etsy with them, and I just wasn't doing well.
And 25 cents for the postcards you price gun, just whatever.
What it's mostly it's between or two.
Okay.
Is that me echoing?
I don't know. Might be me.
Gotcha.
I have echoing off, but
yeah, so do I. But
and do you? I mean, obviously, if you've branched into a second mall, it makes money for you.
Yeah, the first mall, it's up in Waynesboro, PA, real small town, but it was the only antique mall in a like a 50-mile radius that had immediate openings.
Okay.
And the one I just got into, they were closing. They were all like half the dealers left, and it's only one of 2 malls left in town. And here they got their lease extended. They called me because they just, half their dealers left. So
yeah.
I was able to get in there, but I just found that out 3 weeks ago, and I had no cards ready to go. So I had to pretty much sort them into states and topics, or as eBay, it's not states or topics. It should be geographical and non-geographical, but that just doesn't quite fit on a label.
Have they made that change yet? I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen it yet, but I bitched at them because they obviously didn't bother talking to anybody in the postcard world, because it's views and topics,
Yeah.
or states and topics. It's,
Yeah.
that's what people look for. They're not looking for non-geographical and geographical or whatever they're new. There's a topographical. I can't remember which it is.
Yeah. There's, yeah. Have you been doing when you list item specifics as you've been listing them, or
No,
no?
I'm just gonna wait and see what their little change is. I thought I read there's like that eBay community forum or something like that, and I bitched at them in there, and someone answered that if they do it the same way as they did the sports cards, uh, your state, if even if you don't have state and United States and states, it will pre-populate that in there, even if you don't have it, because it if you go through an edit listing now, it'll say, do you want to accept all these?
Yeah.
It knows where it should go.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that if it knows where it should go, it will put those in there automatically. I hope so, or I got 30,000 cards I got to redo.
Yeah. So when they did that with records, right? Like, which was a complete shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously your title has artist, release name, whatever. They one, even if I had it in there initially, when they rolled it out, I had to go back and do the vast majority of them.
Great.
Yeah. They had, you had to select format, like 45, 78. You had to select single or whatever, and you had to put a title on like a 45. Like, what's the release title? Well, there's no release title on a 45, and it's got 2 songs that you could choose from, or you could just put does not apply. Luckily, on some of that stuff, I could bulk edit, right? Like on a 78, I could just do like bulk edit 78, does not apply for title, and get by somewhat that way.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't have 30,000 postcards up. I've got about 9,000, but I've been doing item specifics since around like January of this year. I want to say, like, I started after going through that with the records, I'm like, oh, this is coming. Like, I knew it was a matter of time before they're going to do it with every category. But I also don't trust that stuff's going to carry over.
Yeah.
I fully suspect that I'm going to have to go back and redo everything. But hopefully I can do like a search and say, all right, California postcards, and at least like bulk edit one, even bulk edit one item specific saves you time. Like,
yeah, I tried that when they first announced it, and nothing changed. I did, I think 200 at a time, I think 200 at a time, and nothing changed. So I sorted everything by state, picked 200 California cards, went into the bulk editor and put the state as California for item specifics, and I don't think it changed.
Yeah. The other problem I've run into is because I'm using Web Interpret, it doesn't populate your international clones with any of the item specifics from your original listing. It only copies over your title and your description. So anytime, like, it shows up on my thing, like item specifics required like 6,000 or whatever. and the last time they did it, like when it reached the end of the period, when it said, do your item specifics due by whatever such and such date, I still had like 3,000 that I still hadn't done. Mm-hmm. And then that just went away. Like, the listings are still there. The required whatever is still there, but it doesn't say item specifics required anymore. I don't have that alert, which is so weird. Like, it just moved required to recommended, I guess.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. What is that supposed to be? What, the 15th, 17th of this month?
Yeah, but there's nothing that I don't even have a thing that says like item specifics required yet, right?
Yeah.
So how much now? Like it basically just means like they announced it. We only had a month to get it done, but now we don't even know what we need to do. They've only giving us 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm sure they'll take care of everything.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're you know.
Yeah, I don't see anything. The only thing I had item specifics for is I had a couple baseball cards or hockey cards. And the only thing I see item specifics recommended in 18,700 listings.
That's about where I'm at. I've got item specifics recommended at, I don't know, some ridiculous amount that I'll never deal with. But
wait and see what they do. Hopefully it's not too bad. Cautiously optimistic or pessimistic, one of those ones.
Yes. So I have been, I know you've been doing the ending and relisting. I've been doing it like 200 or 400 a day. And mostly a big part of that is because I'm trying to take free shipping off items. But now I'm just doing it as like a daily part of my daily routine. But I'm only doing like 200 in the morning and sometimes 200 at night. And I definitely am seeing sales from it. It's I don't know if it's an increase in sales from it, but it's the items are selling. Like
yeah, I had 2 $800 days.
Yeah,
back to back, and then it trickled down to maybe 500 and 300, and then leveled off. But what was weird is the external views, which I imagine is what Google or something like that. It's higher and has remained higher than when I did all 30,000 listings as promoted, like a 5% promoted. And whenever I ended all my listings, those promotions went away. And when I relisted everything, again, the external views was triple what I was getting when they were promoted. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but you would think if everything was promoted, my external view should have been really high.
Yeah.
But higher now without being promoted. It was strange. I posted everything over on Scavenger Life forum.
Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they're still high compared to, it's been more than a month now, so all the old data's fallen off. But I think it's I think it's still high.
And the weird thing about that is it sort of goes against what you would think, right? Like at least with the external traffic, you would think that as a listing gets some age and hits and views and shows up in searches and whatever, that it's going to sort of gain steam externally,
right?
Versus not even for promoted anyways, if for external listings. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking right now. Yesterday, my external site views was 189% higher than the month previous when it was promoted.
Wow.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's odd. But yeah, I definitely see the benefit of doing that. It also has given me a chance to like sort of reprice stuff that like maybe earlier on I was like, oh, this is awesome, like shoot the moon, and now it's like I've seen this card now 20 times. Like let's bring that down. So that's definitely been helping and getting some stuff moved. My goal was to hit 10,000 active listings for postcards by the end of this year, and I'm at like 86 now. So
doable. I wanted to get to probably about 35,000 by Christmas, but which is doable. I can get probably 600, 800 done a week. But I've just been enjoying retirement too much.
Right. You don't want to work too hard.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, I definitely, God, it's so funny. I remember, I've told you this before. I remember very distinctly the first time I heard your interview on Scavenger Life. I was driving home from a trip in Eastern Washington, and it was the first time I'd actually heard the Scavenger Life podcast as well. It was the very first episode I ever heard, happened to be yours.
Huh.
And that you were talking about like real photo postcards are where it's at. And I was like, whoa, those sound cool. I wonder if I could find one. I've got like 1,300 listed. like,
Yeah, I love real photos. They're just the money that some of them can bring is just incredible. And then
yeah.
I have, let me show you real quick, up in that top
Yeah.
row, some of that stuff's been listed for almost 10 years now. And there's real photos in there that I'm thinking, wow, they should have sold immediately. And they're, I only have them priced probably $4 or $5, and they're not selling. So I need to dump probably, well, 6 boxes of old cards.
One of my viewers, I forget who it was right offhand. So I posted a while back a video of like, these are my mystery real photo ones. Like they're like, there's just enough information to tease me here, but I can't figure out like location or context or whatever. One of my viewers responded like a month ago on this one right here. They gave me the address of the building. I looked it up.
Is it Ohio?
It is Lindsay, Ohio, 320 South Main Street.
Okay.
Which, if there's any, just to add to the like, hey, you should come back to YouTube. The viewers can be very helpful sometimes.
There's a Facebook group that I had I'd done a video on, and I can't remember the name of the group because when I nuked everything, I quit social media all across the board and just got rid of all that stuff. Now I can't remember the name. I think they changed the name of their group, and I haven't rejoined. I don't even know what it's called. But anyway, there was you could submit a photo to them, and some of those people were just incredible.
Yeah, it's something like antique photograph identification, like something like that. They've done real. I've gone to them before, and I'm on a bunch of like identification groups on Facebook just because I get weird stuff sometimes. I'm like, what's this? Actually, yesterday I have a Cloisonne ginger jar that I couldn't figure out if it was Japanese or Chinese, so I posted it on a Japanese studio pottery Facebook page, and I should probably check that. I don't know if they respond. Some of them get very, very picky. You got to like be on the down low, because if they find out you're a reseller, then they don't want to help you.
Yeah, I've done that before with Japanese postcards that have the little artist stamp, and I've posted on there. I've posted in like historical societies. Hey, I found this postcard. I'm not sure, is it really from your city or whatever? And sometimes they get back to me and sometimes they don't, but you got to do all that research.
Yeah, I've tried going with historical societies before. Like this one, I went down, like this one in particular, I went down hour-long rabbit holes probably on like 10 or 11 times over the past year, and to get the address show up in my comments.
That's pretty
cool. Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, there were some people that used to follow my channel that were in that photo, or that real, I think it was RPPC, or RPPC postcards, or real photo postcards on Facebook, and they were just incredible. They would even be able to pull up street maps from back in 1910s. They were incredible. But
there's definitely like a lot of satisfaction when I'm able to do that by myself. Like when I like the first time I ever did that, it was like this little town in Nebraska, and it wasn't where it was posted from or to, but it was postmarked from there. And I went to the town, and I went to Street View, and I just dropped in the middle of the town, and it dropped me just by chance directly in front of the building that I was looking for. And so I'm like staring at it. I'm like, there's the address. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a stack, probably that thick, of just unidentified real photos, and about every other month or so, I'll go through and see if I can, maybe there's a new detail, maybe I, search different, but I'll put Post-it notes on it of where I think it may be. But yeah, it's a nice, like treasure hunt type of thing. And sometimes it's a great card, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I've got that stack. Yeah, there's and I don't know, yeah, I try not to get too deep down, because like you could lose a day looking stuff up and not get anywhere.
That rabbit hole. Yeah.
I mean, I've got like some of like this California baseball team. The guy's uniform just says California and his number. I've been searching for a year trying to match the uniform with like some California 1930s baseball team, minor league or whatever. You can't find nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's just rabbit hole after rabbit hole.
Well, they don't take up any space. That just the stack gets higher and higher. And when I die and my wife does a yard sale, like or a bonfire, I'm not sure what you
Oh, that's we on our weekly show, there was we had a kid on who's like, this guy had a whole bunch of postcards. I was burning them in my stove to keep warm.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, if the proverbial shit hits the fan and the world ends or whatever, I have enough, probably about 700 boxes that probably keep us warm for a while.
Better than a Duraflame.
Yeah. Yeah, especially I'd have to take them out of the plastic totes. I was just looking over at my here. I don't want to keep you too much, but
no, it's fine.
All those right there are cherry picked. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Wow.
Those are all cherry picked, all ready for pictures. And then there's my sorting center. I just sit in a chair and just sort like mail. But that's I think that was I don't know, 25,000 cards that have yet to be sorted and scanned. So
you could stop buying and probably list till
no, I can't
see anymore. I know it's part of the disease. But
this side, what side am I looking at? Over here, those are the dental books.
Oh yeah.
So those are my basement's messy, but that's probably 100 boxes of vintage dental books that I have, and then I'm almost ready. I got those are ready to be listed, but I just can't get to them.
Do you like research price and then like set aside and then just list them all at once, or
dental books?
Yeah, the books, or
postcard. One more time with that question.
The dental books. Do you like in your process? Do you like research, figure out a price, like just set it aside, put a note in there, set it aside, and then when you've got a bunch ready to go, just blast them out, or you just do them as you go?
I just do them. I just have so many. I'll grab a box, because each one of those boxes some of those boxes can have 100 old like periodicals from 1917 dental journal or some crap like that. But I'll just grab a box, and I have a photo area on the other side over here, and I'll just take a photo of them. I have one of those is it Caesar scanners. It has a foot pedal, and
Mm-hmm.
I can just go page by page and
Oh, nice.
snap. You just hit the foot pedal and it takes a picture and goes right to the computer.
Ooh, I
But
should get one of
all
those.
these are photographed. But they've been photographed for probably 8 months now.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I know that game.
Yeah.
Didn't the memory serve? Didn't you get a bunch of like dental tools? Like,
No, never had dental tools. It was
okay,
all
it was all the
books.
interesting. And my other question, unrelated to that, was how many? Just curious, if you were to put a number, I know it's almost impossible to probably do. It's like guessing jelly beans in the jar. How many postcards do you think you have in that their house you're in?
Oh, 500,000.
500,000.
Yeah, I think it's like 700 boxes. Well, maybe a little bit less than 500,000 because there's
Because you sold one yesterday.
there's 30,000 up in the antique mall, but I guess you could say I own
Yeah.
500,000 cards, and I need to bulk them out, but that's going to be a while because I have it's too much.
Yeah.
I look around and all I see is dollar bills. My wife sees old smelly paper, but I'm just looking at it as like, well, I know, hell, if I sold them for 50 cents each, that's what, $250,000 if I
Yeah.
do my public school education math right. So
Yeah. I mean, that's you. I mean, even just doing like a eBay bulk out at 50 cents a card, they'll sell. I mean,
yeah,
the easiest way to do it too. Like the fastest way to monetize like 1,000 at a time at 50 cents a piece.
Yeah. What I plan on doing is everything I do. Well, not everything I do, but the antique malls I'm in, pretty much experiments right now. I had those 30,000 cards. That was my live postcard show stock. And what I'm going to do with those, I'm going to give that antique mall 6 months. I'm making my monthly nut right now, but not a whole bunch more than that. And that just could be that location. And here I'm going into a second one tomorrow. But if those antique malls don't work out in 6 months, and my cards are priced pretty reasonable because they're really anywhere between 50 cents to a couple bucks. But I think those are probably cards that could sell if I wanted to take the time and do it on eBay. That could sell them for $4, $5, $6, $8, $10.
Yeah.
But these cherry pick cards, those are the ones I'm thinking are $10+ each. But anyway, if these antique malls don't work out, where I'm just barely making my booth rental fee back every month, they're already sorted into states and topics. I'm going to start bulking them out. Like, here's 500 Gettysburg Battlefield cards. Here's 40 Reading, Pennsylvania cards. And I've done the research. You could probably get, if you do specific cities like that, and these are, it's chrome and back, but there are a lot of undivided backs and divided backs in there that I know I can get, a buck, at least at the very minimum, a buck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. And then I need to start into, the 70 or 50, 60,000 I just bought last month at the auction. I have one box left to sort through. But I got probably 12 boxes, maybe 12, 15 boxes of cherry picked, ready to go, or need sorted and scanned cards. And then I'm probably another 40 or 50, boxes that I just need to eventually lot up and dump. But I just need to, I'm like that guy on, if you ever watch American Pickers, that 80-year-old guy, and there's a weed encrusted motorcycle frame. Oh, I'm going to build something with that. That's me with loading up postcards, probably.
Totally. I get, yeah. The last year I've had to like get away from that mentality for my own sanity.
Yeah.
And if I ever want to be in like a relationship with somebody ever again, that's the path from my kitchen to my couch had to go away. And I had to have a living room again.
Yeah, I'm probably borderline hoarder, but I recognize that I have that hoarding tendencies with cards, but I also realize that I can get rid of them fairly easily. Just haven't done it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like once you flip that switch, though, then it's like, oh yeah, time to go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this for forever. I know you got to go, but maybe sometime in the future.
I got all day. I got it. I have another question for you. This is more of a I don't know, postcard theory. Do you think ever that Continentals will reach the same level of collectability that Chromes have? Because I know Chromes for a while, like nobody cared, and now they're like they sell almost as good as anything else.
I hope, because I probably have 30,000-40,000 cards, but again, it's I think it Continentals, or as with all postcards, it's got to be the subject matter.
Yeah.
I've sold Continental cards for over $100 before, but it's the subject matter. It was a famous Baltimore drag queen, and I can't remember her name right now, but she was actually in I think the movie Hairspray.
Okay.
Anyway, but this was a card that she sent out that was signed by her.
Yeah.
And I think it was either 100 or 150 I got for that card, and it was in my quarter box. And I just happened for some reason to start going through, and I looked at it again, and I was like, because usually the cross-dressing stuff does fairly well. So.
Oh yeah.
But regular Continentals, some of the amusement parks I've gotten 15 plus bucks. Yes, Divine. It was Divine.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be probably another 10 years, 15 years or so. But I'm putting them in my boxes for the antique mall. I'm putting pretty much $1 each on them. So I at least get hopefully $1 out of them.
Yeah, that sounds probably like about right.
Yeah, I always look at things. Sometimes I got to separate myself, because I always I'm looking at, to me, what the value is of a postcard. But I always discount what a true collector is looking for. And I got to keep in mind that, maybe there is a collector out there that's willing to spend $10 on a Continental card. But sometimes I just look at it. Continental cards they're earned. It just, yeah. But then again, you got to look at some of the Continental cards from Europe, because they were making 4x6 cards back in the 30s and 40s and 50s, real photos. Technically a Continental size, but the true Continentals now, I don't know. Oh, I have been selling from that bulk lot. I had there were just boxes and boxes of Continental cards in stacks of like 50. So just like Mark with all his Navy cards, I was doing, I have 50 cards of the Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, and I'm $299 or $249 or something like that, and they're selling slowly but surely. They're selling.
Yeah, I've pretty much always just bulked out my Continentals, and with the first couple of bulk lots I did, I didn't even look at them. I was just get them out of here. I'm not going to list these.
Mm-hmm.
Now I cherry pick them. Not that not completely pick them over, but like the ones that I think that might be okay are pretty good. Like I've got some like more modern like reproduction of Titanic postcards, and like a reproduction of like a Titanic ticket. Like there's all those like postcard. I guess they were big in the early 2000s and late 90s, like the birth of the internet. There was like these reproduction postcard companies out there on the internet that were doing like a lot of World War II stuff, and You know, the Titanic, like basically anything that was like whatever is the most popular postcard stuff. We're gonna reproduce these in a continental size and then just sell them on our website.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of stuff like that.
I don't know why the Continental came along, the size itself. I don't know if it had something to do with, you know, the USPS made them do it. I don't know. I have no idea why they decided that it's no longer a 3.5 by 5.5. It's now 4 by 6.
They stopped teaching good handwriting in grade schools.
That could be
Needs more room now.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I think most kids today don't even know how to write cursive, or they don't even teach it anymore. But yeah, anyway.
I can't write cursive anymore. I tried the other day. I was like, I had to like seriously concentrate on every letter. I'm like, how do I go from a U to an A?
My hand hurts too much anymore. The old age arthritis stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. We can do an interview some other time, get into the nitty gritty of everything if you want.
Yeah, I would rather not do an interview. I don't like that.
Okay.
I would much rather have you on maybe with Mark and have more of like a discussion.
Yeah.
Then something like that, and we can like, he can put it on his channel, I'll put it on mine, and do like a live stream, and maybe something more focused where we have a topic and agenda and stuff like that, and then let it. Yeah, obviously it'll probably go off from there, but
yeah, get the shit out of it and get your what do you need? Another 52?
52. I swear the last 100 is always the hardest.
Start making that 7 cents a day per video. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for popping in, and obviously you're welcome anytime.
Okay, yeah. I won't take up all your time popping in, but I finally got caught up after three weeks of busting my ass and been teasing you about coming on. So in every once in a while, and whenever you want to do that live show type thing, yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you're available. I'm always at home, and it's the winter time. So here in the Northwest, that means we don't leave the house ever. And
I'm always available. I just have to leave at in the early afternoon to pick up my daughter from school, but I'm always home.
And you'll be in Pennsylvania in a couple of weeks, right? When is that show coming up?
York is the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday. Yes, I will be there. It's only like an hour away from me. I'm not setting up. I haven't been invited. And truthfully, when I set up, after all the expenses, I'm selling, $500-600 worth of cards, but after, booth setup, time, just the aggravation, the food and the hotel room, mileage. I know that's all taxed. I make more money, going and cherry picking.
Yeah.
That's where I make my money.
I'm looking at, man, airfare is so cheap right now. I could almost make sense just to head out there.
It's worth it.
$300 round trip from SeaTac.
Probably flying into Harrisburg or Philly.
Let's see here.
They're both. Harrisburg would probably be closer.
Yeah, I mean, like I could even make a few days of it and road trip a little bit. I'll think about it.
Yeah, it's just where you got 75 dealers.
Yeah,
and it's just there. I used to go. I always had great plans. I'm only an hour away, and I always had these great plans. So I'll drive and I'll spend all day looking at cards and come home, and I'm wiped. It's sitting on your ass for probably 8, 9, 10 hours looking through postcards. It'll zap you. Oh yeah, Baltimore, Joe. Yeah, Baltimore is probably an hour away from York. Maybe not even an hour. Baltimore would be better.
Yeah.
But that amount of time just sitting on your ass and looking at cards, it will wear you out. And I wasn't making it back for that second day. And so when they didn't have it last year, but the year before, I actually stayed over in a hotel and made it for both days. And I always come out of there with, 800,000 cards, usually from what I do is I'll go find the nice quarter boxes,
Yeah.
and I'll just sit there. And then usually that second day I went around to all the other dealers and I started hitting their, priced stuff. And some of them on that second day, they put up a sign half price. So I'm getting, Disney postcards that, for 50 cents or so they're easy $6-7 all day long. So that second day I'll spend a little bit more money, but I'll get, better quality stuff.
Yeah. And I'm sure too on that second day, as you get towards the end of the day, people start wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll run into, in fact, the last time I was there, a lady wanted me to buy out her whole lot of cards that she brought to the show. I didn't have enough money, and I started looking through the cards, and I wasn't too impressed. I mean, you could easily got your money back plus,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to deal with, another, I don't know, 40 boxes of cards
Yeah.
at the time. But
Yeah. And I mean, yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like for me, that also means I'm shipping it back home to myself, which is
yeah, that would suck.
solid paper is about the heaviest thing you can ship.
Yeah, so that's cherry picking is the way to go.
Yeah.
That's why you did what I wanted to do 2 years ago. I wanted to, right when COVID started, I was booked to head out to Denver. They have the Denver Postcard show, and I was going to go out. I was already booked. I was going to fly out and hit the Denver Postcard show. I'm sorry, 2 days before the Denver. I was going to hit. There's like 3 huge antique malls out there.
Yeah.
And I was going to go hit one of those a day and then finish with the Denver Postcard show and then fly back. But COVID canceled all that. I think next year, I think it's May 22nd or 27th. May 27th is next year's Denver show. So I have a brother who's currently living in Tasmania, and every year he does Antarctica trips. He's works for the Tasmanian or Australian government and goes down to Antarctica, but he'll fly back to Denver, which is kind of his home base when he's not in Tasmania. And we're going to go storm chasing. We like to go out and try to find tornadoes.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, we've done it twice so far, and it's been a thrill, but haven't done it for probably 5 years or so. But yeah, so I'll go storm chasing, and if I survive storm chasing, then I'll do the postcard.
Yeah, you got. I mean, tornadoes hit Denver, not usually often, but like that airport gets crazy weather. But then you're right next to like Kansas, Oklahoma, like a few hours out of there. So that's where.
Yeah, we've done one. The first time we went out to Nebraska, and then made our way down to Texas. And then the last time we did it, we went straight down to Texas where the storms were happening. It's been pretty cool.
That's neat. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I was a little disappointed postcard wise with the one antique mall that I went to. There wasn't a lot. I mean, I got some stuff. There was only one that was like reasonably priced. There was a bunch of them that had $6, $7, $8 that were, like whatever, a linen courthouse view. Yeah. But I found one that was like, it was very clear that all they had done was like emptied out a scrapbook and priced everything at $1. So I just, it had a little paper on it thing. And so I just bought it out. Like, but not a lot. Yeah. Not a lot postcard wise. I got lucky though, but because I was doing estate sales out there, and everyone, I just went and I asked about postcards, and a lady overheard me asking, and she's like, I got postcards. So yeah.
Nice. I was just going to say something. Crap. Oh, when I was repricing the cards for the antique booth, I'm looking at previous owners. You could tell that a lot of these came from antique booth because they had the price and then whatever their booth number was. But they were trying to sell plain old common like courthouses for $8, $15. I'm like, well, no wonder I got it for pennies on the dollar in a box lot somewhere. You were never going to sell that.
Do you ever worry about taking that stuff off of the cards, or do you just?
I started because I have to have their booth off.
Oh, right.
Because so I started, by erasing.
Yeah.
If the price matched what I thought it should be, I kept the price, but I erased their booth number. But what I started to do was actually just scribble with pencil through. It was easier to scribble than erase.
Yeah.
So I just started scribbling just lightly through their stuff, but and then I re-sleeve it. Or if the sleeve was still in decent shape, I just keep the sleeve. But then it's just price gun.
Do you remove prices for eBay listings or like booth number prices? You don't care? Yeah, I don't either.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It's just, if it's a really, really nice card and I got it for $1, I will probably, take that dollar off and then ask 50 for it or something like that. But normally, no, it doesn't. It just takes up too much time.
I don't. And my thought of it is, so, and I've had only one time has anyone ever said anything. You got this card for $25 and you're asking $25. And I'm like, well, at some point in this card's 100-year history, it was for sale somewhere for 25 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, because of linear time, unless you know where it is, I don't know when it got that price tag. It could have been the drugstore counter it was sitting in.
Yeah, could be.
So, yeah.
So, okay, well, I got to get ready to go bounce. So, but yeah, let me know. I'm available anytime.
Cool.
Anytime. So,
and thank you all. We got 28 people here in the chat. So, you're a popular guy. Thank you all, everybody. We do this, not necessarily this, but
I'll give you another thumbs down then because I suck.
Oh,
there's another thumbs down for you. Oh, you got another one. You got like 4 thumbs down. Okay, I'll change it to thumbs up.
Cool. Well, thank you, everybody in the chat. We'll be back tomorrow. We start shipping, and then who knows what happens. So I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you, Popeye, very, very much. Welcome back to YouTube.
Don't bother subscribing to me. I will not have content. I'll just come and bug other people. Too much pressure and too much bullshit to actually bring up a channel again.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Although you probably hit 1,000 subs, you've become probably more known as legend since you ended your channel than you were while you were running it.
Yeah. I'll do that for just shits and giggles and just see if I can reach 1,000 before you.
You would, I guarantee it.
Worth it. I did find like 20 of my videos though. I thought I deleted everything. I mean, I nuked the hell out. I thought everything was gone, but there was a folder. It was like a pre-transfer folder, and there's like 20 videos in there, like going to antique malls and postcard shows and shit like that. And nah, I just probably need to get rid of those too.
Well, again, thank you very much. And yeah, well, we'll figure something out with Mark.
Yeah.
And, what I'll probably do is like cut this out of my live and then
make sure you
with like Popeye. Yeah, with that'll be our thumb.
Popeye the Return or some horse shit like that. See, if you did a live show, you might, I'm not tooting my own horn, but maybe you could get those extra 50 subs or so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that'd be neat. We'll see.
Because I'm almost always in the chat. Some days I don't say anything because I'm just working my ass off. But yeah, I'm almost always there.
Yeah, and thank you. It's been awesome to have you there, and you're definitely like an awesome source for information and entertaining as well. So
yeah. Okay, Matt. You have a good day.
You too. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.